And welcome to the action, Corey. This is what we've been waiting for all day, my brother. We've been watching a lot of football, but one of the most anticipated national matchups, Lauderhill Lions, which were 3 years ago the national champion at YNC. Okay. Fast forward a couple of years after that, you have the defending YNC champion and the other side of it, just as of last year. So two teams with championship pedigrees. They know how to win the YNC. First time meeting ever in the nation today on this football field.
Should be, we at the pinnacle. We at the 13U, the older age group. Should be a very good matchup on both sides. I'm stoked and ready to see how this game unfolds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining the broadcast, Lauderhill Lions in the white with the gold helmets, DEA in the purple. Ball is up, deep kick.
Camera people, get out the way. And it's fielded, and he is off.
And he has a lane. It's going to be a foot race. And he is accelerating, and nobody may catch him as he accelerates. Touchdown, Lions!
Touchdown, Lions.
No flags on the field as the Lions come out and they show you their explosiveness.
Yes.
This is not the Lions of old. This is the Lions of new. And they're sending a signal to DEA off rip. It will not be an easy trip.
Yes.
We're in your city, and we're coming for your women and your children.
So I'm gonna need help with these numbers too, because I cannot see them.
Oh, just call Lions. We're used to you, Corey.
All right.
We know you can't see.
I do have some of the numbers here. So if we do ever catch it,
some is better than none.
Who just ran that touchdown? The Lord have mercy.
Oh man, how's that for opening play for you?
We asked for it, and now we got it.
So if you're tuning in, make sure you share this live. Get everybody involved on it. This is for national implications. Of course, we're basing our rankings off competition that we see on the football field. No opinions, just facts.
We sorry about the glare, but the sun is going down, and so that's why you see the clouds in the back. That's just the way the glare is inside the booth. So if you know people in Florida, please tag them. Man, this is going to be a live, we already see it. It's a live game. Just off the rip, open, and then kick off. Oh, fade route.
And that's going to be overthrown, so that extra point will be no good. You score 6-0. Lions over DEA. Only 16 seconds came off that clock before points were put on the board.
Big points put up on the board.
And so listen, there was a penalty on that point after attempt, and so they're going to re-attempt it. Let me just see what's going on here on the football field.
I think they called offsides. Looks like it, right?
Well, they back him up, so it had to be against the Lions, so they will get a second attempt here at this point after attempt.
So if it's against the Lions, why don't you decline that? Because the extra point was no good. I don't know, DEA. I wouldn't give him a second shot at it.
Could be a dead ball foul. I think false start. So,
okay.
Quarterbacks and shotguns into play in motion. And they'll go back to the same play again, but this time a slant. And this time he catches.
Wow. He drops it.
He drops it. It depends on if they call it, because he crossed the plane with the football. But
they're going to call it incomplete. What? He did catch that ball.
He did catch it and made a football move with it.
I saw that.
And he just got hammered when he was in the end zone.
Gotta hold on to the rock.
You got to follow. If you don't want that call against you, you got to follow the play all the way through.
Yeah, hold on.
So you're right, Corey.
So now after the second extra point attempt, 6-0, Lions are up.
So Lions getting ready to kick the ball off. going up on the initial kickoff of the game. Instant acceleration as you see the Lions score quickly. Kick in midfield. It's fielded around the 50-yard line. Still on his feet. Ball is still has
He's
it.
still on his feet.
feet.
Oh my goodness.
And it looks like DEA was about to return the favor. So they'll get her out to maybe close to the 36-yard line. Let's see where they mark the ball. And that's where they'll start. So excellent field position for DEA.
This is big right here for DEA. The way they respond could be, hey, they get a touchdown out of this drive, game is tied, and they are now back in the driver's seat where they want to be. Because, any team, even though this is the YNC, you came to Texas, this is all like the backyard. This is Texas, a Texas team versus a Florida team. Hand off, big. That got to be big number 9.
So they'll try to run some power football directly at this front 7 of the Lauderhill Lions. Bringing up 2nd and maybe 6 for DEA.
Number 9 is Jalen Brewster on the carry. Ball is snapped. Handoff number 9 again. Going around the side. And he 2 stiff on, 3 stiff on. Hey, he's a big fella.
Yeah, grown man.
Yeah.
And you can see he's very active with his hands in winning separation. There's flags on the field. That's going to be holding against DEA. So now we'll walk him back.
I believe I'm 4 on that.
Who got this one?
I picked them on the way back.
Did it?
No.
For long?
Yes.
I got it.
Oh, you weren't there. I forgot.
Good. Cold.
4 on
2nd down and long here. Ball snap.
And off to
Hand
number
off
23.
number-
Big hit
wow.
as he's swallowed up
Yeah.
at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose major yards from that. That's going to get them to maybe 2nd and 20. Excuse me, 3rd and 20. As that linebacker blitz worked out well for the Lions.
Is that number 9 got to be bigger than LeBron?
Probably not. He's a big fella. Man, he is big. Look, he makes number 3 from the 12U look small. Look, 3 from the 12U is on the sideline. 2 from 12U is on the sideline. He makes him. Oh,
Quarterback rolls out. And there's pressure.
Oh, he tells
He's getting
the-
clothes on.
Oh, wow.
Accelerated. And he
Oh.
gets turned over.
Oh,
And he'll get to around the 32-yard line. He'll get up gimpy after a big hit. That's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down decision for DEA right now.
that's number 11, Jalen Gaines on the carry. And he comes off the field. Fourth down and long, and look like they're going for it.
Sends a player in motion. Quarterback back to pass. He's looking downfield.
Oh, he is
goes to his
really-
3rd read. And there's some pressure. He'll call his own number.
Oh.
It's a race to the cone. And he'll get
wow.
hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, wow.
Big tackle by the Lions. And it's turnovers and downs, ladies and gentlemen.
If
It's
he-
Lions ball.
If he misses that tackle, he has nothing but green
Yeah.
in front of him.
Well, DEA is seeing this type of speed for the first time. South
From-
Florida speed is a little different.
And it's coming from all over the place.
Yeah.
This D lineman, that was a linebacker right there. So, it ain't just the corners that can run. Everybody's out there, and they're out there getting after that ball.
So 6 minutes and 29 seconds in the first quarter. They scored 6-0 Lions. The only score in the game came off special teams. The very first play of this game. Deep kickoff to Lauderhill Lions and a 81-yard return, electrifying return. But a Lauderhill Lions would put up the only points of this game thus far. Early in the first quarter, these teams are filling each other out. 4 and out for DEA. Now you get a look at this Lions offense for the first time this evening.
And they come out with a very unique quads to the left top.
Looks pretty on TV, I'll tell you that, but will it be efficient on the field? So they're going to go ahead and shift out of that.
Okay. More traditional trips look.
Quarterback back to pass. He'll throw a screenplay, has some block.
Oh.
And he accelerates.
Oh.
And you can see some of his speed for the Lauderhill Lions. 0-0 on the carry. We're seeing a lot of speed on this football field.
And that's Mr. Arlen Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Arlen Jackson on the catch and got the yards after the catch. Second down is short. So we've seen some pretty nice uniforms. I'm saying this now. That's the best helmet I done seen all day.
You like that black?
Oh, I like that. That's some showboat stuff right there.
Hand off right up the middle.
Back to Aaron, and he pushes forward probably a gain on one. Wait, might have a good spot here. Might have a good. Oh, he gets a great spot.
That's going to bring up.
First down.
They'll move the chains. That's enough for the Lions' first down.
Oh.
Five minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Actually scored 6-0. Lions on the move. They just converted a first down. Comes out and their shotgun doubles. Quarterback calls for the ball. Slant. Oh, in and out of hands of number one. He gets hit hard. He paid for it regardless. And the coaches will tell you, Corey, in practice, hey, man, you're going to get hit anyway. You might as well
catch the ball.
Yeah.
That ball hit your hands. Supposed to be a catch, and he was open. He was gonna take the punishment. So if he would have caught that ball, it would have been a nice pickup for them.
And that's a long-time player for that Lauderhill Lions. Number one has been a leader on this team and usually very dependable when it comes down to catching anything for the Lions. He is Mr. Lions, as a matter of fact. He's helped them win a lot of Super Bowls and been on the National Championship Lions roster, Corey.
All right. His name is Nick Lanier. Nick Lanier.
No nicknames?
No, they don't have nicknames. They wrote theirs out. Oh, I got nicknames for DEA. They got nicknames on there.
4 minutes and 17 seconds in the first quarter. 21 for DEA coming on a blitz now on the edge. So the quarterback, whatever he does, he's going to need to get rid of it quick, and he does.
And he does.
Oh, and that ball is still alive. And the quarterback was able to get the ball out quick with number 3, just couldn't. So 2 back-to-back drops by the Lauderhill Lions causes them to be in a second and long because that was a live ball. So they'll mark that ball where it went out of bounds. That was not a forward pass, so that's considered a fumble. So that'll back them up and make it 3rd and long, almost 3rd and 16 for the Lions.
So after that, the first 2 plays, we kind of see like the offense have got a little stagnant. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Because 3rd and long, they haven't been in that position. But it's an early game right now.
Absolutely. 2 teams filling each other out. Quarterbacks in shotgun. 3rd and long. 21 for DEA. Drops out of his blitz position. Throws a screen pattern. Now you're going to see speed to another level right here. You got to tackle that kid early or he'll make points. So that's enough. They needed 16 yards. He got 17 yards that quick. Just a little toss play, Corey, and that just shows you the explosion that the Lions has out of the backfield.
Well, that's where DEA, who is typically more of a blitzing team, right? We saw that earlier with the, and I believe they had the same coaching staff. I might be wrong.
You're absolutely right.
So they're more of a blitzing team. So now that them outside linebackers aren't really trying to pick up a check back out of the backfield. But that's how you stop all that.
Right.
Back to pass again.
And the receiver got a little gator arms there.
Yeah.
The ball was there.
Yes.
The quarterback threw a strike. The receiver just had to run through that ball and catch it, but there was a lot of traffic there. And we always tell you, these youth football players are making business decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go ahead and sign that check to go catch that ball.
Yeah, they're not looking at that, you know. Oh, they're not looking like, oh, let me go ahead and pick this play up. But those are, being honest, those are the plays that actually pushes your team a little bit ahead, because if you look at both of the passes, they put them in better positions to capitalize. What you want to do is get first downs, and right there, that would at least picked up the first down. And it was a post route. It wasn't even like a slant or nothing like that. You know you got your DB trailing you, and you got the safety over top. If you make that catch, you might, and it's a run here. Different back. Is that a different back? I might not. But, man, second down, puts his shoulder down, and he just plows through people.
Well, you got to like the offense, what they're doing right now. They're quick pace. They're attacking, and what they're taking what DEA is giving them. They're not trying to get the big plays down the sideline, the vertical routes. They're short routes. You see this here?
Oh.
And all it takes now is this quarterback to kind of calm down, bring the ball down a little bit.
Yeah.
But you can see their game plan against this blitzing defense. Knowing that the middle linebackers, if they're blitzing, they're going to be tied up in the trash, and they can't get out to those little screen and those bubble passes. So they're going to try to dink and dunk those passes off to the side, Corey. But what those linebackers going to have to check out of it so they can go ahead and play the entire field instead of just blitz.
So it's a good game plan. It's a great game plan, but you have to connect on it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just throw the ball out there just to be throwing it. Right now brings up fourth down. And that's the second time the quarterback actually overshoots the guy, or the wide receiver doesn't bring it in. So it could be a big play, but it really was a wasted down right there, especially after your second down run gets you into third and short. So now fourth and short, can they convert?
4th and 3. And there's going to be a flag down.
What did they call?
And I saw a DEA player came over, but it's been so inconsistent of how they call, Nutravone infection.
No, it was a flag.
It was a flag. He's picking up. Let's see what he decides here at the 35-yard line. He puts it back in his belt.
It was a timeout Lions.
Yeah, but they called something. He threw the flag.
Yeah. So maybe he was going to call DLA again before Lions called the timeout. And thank you for joining us on Generation X Youth Sports Network today. Action-packed football this entire weekend. First quarter action about to come down and wind down to the end of this first quarter with 51 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 4th and 3 for the Lions. Score 6-0. Lions up over DEA. Trips to the top of your screen. He'll go in motion. Quarterback call his own number. And he flashes right in the middle and shows you speed as he gets to the second level in the blink of an eye.
He was off to the races.
And that's Nick, as he can show you he can do multiple things. He comes from the wide receiver position, goes to the quarterback position, takes a direct snap, and gets major yards quick. 1st and 10 Lions. 28 seconds in ticking in the first quarter. Lions offense looking impressive thus far, very balanced as they're putting a methodical drive together against this DA defense, which is usually very dominant. Trips to the top of your screen. Quarterback calls for the ball. Pulls
Pulls
it back down.
down.
He'll throw it to a wide open receiver. Not a lot of room there.
No room there at all. Well, the play kind of got drawn out, and he rolls to the same side. And it's now that brings up the second quarter action under the way.
So I'm sure the Lions will take that. They'll take positive yards versus a quarterback sack any day of the week. So just those 3 yards, they'll feel, hey, we're getting closer to our zone over here, and let's just keep the pressure on the defense. And right now, if you notice, DEA has come out of their blitz, and they're kind of sitting back and watching. They're not blitzing directly at this Lions offense. They're not sitting back, and that's because Lions not letting them, tee off on them. Everything's out quick. All these passes are out within 2 seconds.
And I think you can contribute this to Fort Lauderdale actually watching some film and trying to, get out there and use what they can against DEA. And DEA is a blitz heavy team, and to keep people from doing that, you got to check down real quick. Make them play every aspect of the game. Fort Lauderdale is actually moving the ball pretty good. 2nd and 5 here.
Would you say it's pretty easy?
No, I don't think it's easy. I think that
they moving the ball easy.
Nah, this is a challenge,
Yeah.
And they haven't punched it in offensively, so means nothing. Quarterback's in shotgun. Twins receivers to both sides of the field. One back in the backfield. And he throws to the corner of the end zone.
Oh, and he dropped
incomplete.
it. He dropped it.
Incomplete.
I mean, he made a very, very aggressive play on the ball. He goes up and tries to get it at his highest point, but bobbled it. Ball falls. Brings up 3rd down. I don't know if they saw something in there, but it was a one-on-one match the whole time.
I see a couple people making comments saying without Booby, this game does not count. And then I see a response saying, well, the season doesn't count. Booby is no longer playing with the DEA Dragons. He has moved on to middle school football. And so this is the 2022 DEA 13U team you'll be seeing field every game moving forward through the season.
So, I mean, spectators are supposed to do what? They're supposed to spectate,
Absolutely.
right? And they also criticize. They criticize the refs. They criticize the coaches. If this young man doesn't want to play youth football anymore and is focusing on something grander, which everybody is looking forward to, you got to take your hats off to the kid. And to be honest with you, without him, it's no one-man team. Right? There's no such thing as a Michael Jordan football team. I don't believe it is. Big handoff up the middle, but man, he does not get it on 4th down. Turnover on downs. So could you say that Booby makes that tackle right there?
Well, it's not so much about Booby. I think they like his
what he brings to it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see that kid with the awe effect, right? And you want to see that, but at the same time, hey, don't count out what these other kids are doing, and what they out there trying to do, which is go and be back-to-back champions.
Well, what I'll tell anybody that the biggest transition in youth football is from 12U to 13U. Why? That puberty kicks in between those 12-year-old kids to 13-year-old kids. So don't focus on what those kids did the year before at 12U. I've seen it a million times. So that 12-year-old team that dominated in certain areas, and all of a sudden they don't look like the same team next year. Listen, it's 2 things have to happen for that 13U team to be successful the following year. The coaching staff has to be able to understand the complexities of 13U strategies. Because trust me, 13U is almost like high school football. You can't run power football and just run power football and think you're going to be successful. You have to scheme against these kids because of their football awareness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So look at these average kids here on that other side. When you're scheming against this defense, man, you better bring your A game.
Yeah.
That's number one. And number two, man, you're going to see some kids hit puberty early and some won't. So 13U is always a pivotal time for these kids between 12U and 13U. So yes, DEA won the championship at 12U last year, but man, this is a different year.
And you also got to remember, nobody is going to roll out that carpet and say, "Oh, y'all DEA, we're going to let you come out here and just run all over us."
Right.
No, that's not something that's going to happen.
And with that being said, DEA, yes, still a lot of talent on the football field. Defensively, I think they're one of the best teams defensively, but they'll have their challenges this year trying to adjust to the 13U style of football being played around the country. And that's what happens nationally, Corey. It's just not these 13Us no longer just play in their particular counties or their area to win a Super Bowl. We start these national contests all the way in July and August. Mm-hmm. And so, man, if you don't got it together, you'll get exposed early in the season. Not just these two
early
teams.
and often.
Absolutely. So there's going to be flags on the plays.
And then when you talk about a kid, the caliber of Booby, I mean, you know, he's a
generational talent.
Exactly.
Don't get it twisted.
He runs track. He's he's going to these college camps that's been going on throughout the whole summer. You know, he's putting his name out there, trying to get exposure and trying to get looks.
Listen, I can give you dozens of examples of transitions at that 12-year-old. I can tell you a team I used to love, Corey, out of Georgia, called the Dream Team. They got a 12U, didn't even finish the season, just some different adversities at that age group. Louisville Chargers was dominant, won 3 championships in a row. Get to that age group, they lose against the same Lauderhill Lions team, big. So listen, you get to that age group, doesn't guarantee you just because you won it at 9U, 10U, 11U. Bruh, let me tell you, 12 and 13U is a different movie.
Yeah.
So, and I'm telling you some teams that will go down in history in the youth football game that really did excellent at that younger age group, but didn't make it at 13. Now, I can tell you some teams that really did it, that just took some exceptional coaches, but the coaches researched the game. You look at Miami Gardens, Ravens, 13U. That was one of those teams that was able to make the transition from 10U, 11U, 12U, 13U. Not a lot of them can. So
what about that? What's the name of that team? The Seahawks.
Maryland Seahawks. Well, that coach really always stays at an age group. He stays at the 14 and under, and that's really hard because you got to make sure whatever you recruit this year or that year you're coaching. So hats off to some of those coaches that stay at a particular age group. Coach Keefe out of California, OG Ducks. He's another one at the 14. So a block punt.
Wow.
Big play.
He catches it.
And
that's a touchdown.
That is a touchdown.
That is a touchdown.
And the way DEA offense have been struggling to find their identity lately, they're in trouble against this Lions team because DEA, again, and you just heard it on the other broadcast, DEA has a lot of talent on the football field.
Yeah.
Where they struggle at is trying to find their identity as a coaching staff and put those plays and put those kids in great positions. Because let me tell you, you'll be hard to find a more talented roster than DEA. But it should be all over the football field with them.
Well, and then you got to look at it, man. The defense.
Right now, your score is 12-0.
And to be honest with you, man, I think DEA right now, their woes are on special teams. You know, that was a special team play, block punt, caught in the air, and the opening kickoff. So outside of those 2 plays, which are pivotal, those 2 plays, DEA was a part of this game, man. And right now, special teams seems like it's taking a little bit more of the uptick for Fort Lauderdale Lions.
Well, I think DEA will be fine once they can get it. Again, it's about finding your identity at their 13 and under, how we're going to get our talented players in open space, It takes different. You look at last year's 13 and under challenge in the national championships, which was the Outlaws with Kane Archer. You have a quarterback like that, you have an opportunity to win anytime. Then you go on the other side, you look at Rampage, one of the top quarterbacks, doesn't really get that much credit. But the general, man, he was able to lead his team to an undefeated season and win another championship. But what those two teams had in common, they were able to get their playmakers in open spots because the quarterback made plays. It is a quarterback-driven age group at 13 and 14, make no mistake about it. You will not find a 13-year-old being dominant where we're just playing quarterback snap, direct snaps, power football. It's not going to happen in this day and age. You got to be able to be all over the field. Let's get your players in open space. That old school football, a wishbone, power set is done because what these kids can tee off on it. They've been seeing those formations since 6U.
Yeah.
So you think it's not going to fool them? That's not going to fool them at 12, you at 13 when you core. You got to say, hey, man, I got to have a football player out there thinking like, okay, man, I see trips out here. I see a player go in motion. I see a route come across my face. I see another one clear out. You got to make him read, then react. I see power football formation. I'm like, man, that's overload right. I'm just going to go to it and go smash it in the backfield.
Yeah.
Too easy, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains. Not everybody who gets a Ferrari should have a Ferrari. There's a lot of horsepower in that hood.
Yeah.
One, two things can happen. You can take it to 200 miles an hour with ease, or you can crash at 200 miles an hour under the highway.
Yeah.
So, when you get these high-powered teams, there's a lot of pressure, Corey.
Yeah.
Mamas, daddies, the internet, the commentators, they all got something to say.
And just being defending YNC champs, that
Targets
pressure-
on your back.
Oh yeah. So now everybody is like, we gotta beat them. Oh man, high pooch kick. It's a live ball. You gotta go and get that, and he does. And he breaks one.
And he breaks it. He's
he
open
breaks
field.
two. Big boy is running. Come on, big fella.
He's still on his feet.
Still on his feet. Big number 9.
Big power run, and that's
wow.
what DEA needs right now.
Oh, wow.
They need a spark to get back into this game. Big play by number 9.
Oh, wow. That right there is a spark that DEA needs. We have a player down there, but number 9 for DEA just rumbled. Jalen Brewster just rumbled down the field. He said, I'm bigger. I'm going to be tougher than all y'all. You got to come and tackle me. Ain't going to be no one tackle here.
Right.
And really, the pooch kick was actually very, very good and timed well.
Oh, man, don't tell me big number 9 is injured, man. He comes off limping right now, just kind of leaving it all out for his football team. But DEA definitely needs his type of play out on the football field. So let's hopefully he can get back in there.
And that's the type of spark they needed. Like I was saying earlier, special teams has shown that it's kind of been a little bit of their weakness, a little chink in the armor. Got all the talent in the world, but special teams has allowed the other team to take advantage and go up big. So almost a touchdown. Let's see if DEA can actually put it in with their offense. I think it would be a good boost for them with only 5 minutes left.
But again, I'm gonna probably ride this to the horses ride.
Ride it then.
I'm at 13U. I'm not in love with. I want to put this pleasantly with young-minded attempts. I mean, you're not 6U, 7U. Pooch kicking at 13U after you scored. To me, it's not advantageous because number one, even if they receive it, they're in excellent field position. Kick it deep and go down there and let your 13-year-olds defend the field.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and their defense has shown that they can play with anybody.
Right. So here you are now already in the 9-yard line because you're pooch kicking it after you just went up. Kick it deep.
Yeah. The poop that actually backfired on them. So let's see if DEA can punch this ball in, because if their defense stands stout right now, and 1st and goal, it's on DEA to get the ball into the end zone. So big number 9 is not in. I believe that's 38 back in the backfield. Ball snapped, hand off to 38. He's going straight forward. Kind of hit, turned sideways, but still a good pickup on 1st down.
Man, I can tell you there's some aggressive blocking from some of those DA guards. Number 52 staying on their blocks.
And
Helmet is off right now. He's going to run.
38 to the outside. Showed a little
Touchdown,
speed there.
DEA. Yes, sir.
Showed a little speed there. He had a little pew-pew.
And now listen, you got to go back to that pooch kick, Corey.
Yeah. We got a flag?
Right there.
Of course we do, right? That was Hunter Crowley on the touchdown run, first run and the second run. Let's see what's the call and see what happens right here. It looks like the touchdown is not going to count.
So they'll take points off the board.
What do they call it now? Sideline? Crowley is throwing his hand up. He said he want that touchdown.
Number 9 is on the sideline on his stomach getting stretched out right now. So let's just hope it's something like a cramp for DEA's number 9. Big back. Very impressive. So discussion out in the middle field, Corey, as we have seen a lot of these discussions today. Referees have played their part in today's timing of being off schedule here and there.
So they're gonna talk it over. They're gonna get down to the nitty gritty and find out what's going on right now.
So if you're just joining us in the broadcast right now, the score is 12-0. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in this first half of football. Lions are up by special teams galore. First play of the game, they go 81 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they block a punt in the end zone and score a touchdown again. So special team coach gets the MVP of today so far.
Right now, he's calling a great game.
Absolutely.
How many times do you get to say, shout out to the special team coach? And being in youth football, I know how much time the special team coach get. They get Thursday 30 minutes. You do more time sprinting than you do actually going over special teams. And right now, for Lauderhill Lions.
Well, Lauderhill Lions. Yeah, they'll jump on you about that.
Oh, I do apologize.
We're in two different parts of the city.
Okay.
They want no parts to do with each other. So let me spare you from that.
I'm just gonna say the Lions there because I don't know it.
I don't know. So you got Fort Lauderdale and then you have Lauderhill. They're right next to each other.
Lauderdale and Lauderhill.
Yeah, so you have Lauderhill and Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
So they take pride in their county line and their division. So you have the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes, which is a program not too far from there, and you have Lauderdale Lakes, and you got Lauderhill Lions. So yeah, stick with Lions.
I'm gonna say with Lions. I do apologize. Please don't do it. Don't do me in. I'm the local DJ.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm gonna just save you from that misery there, Cooper.
Hey, I appreciate that. Jump on in there, help me out.
Is it a special team against? If they practice on Friday, they only get 2 reps.
Yeah, they kick the ball. All right, you did it good. They don't get much. You don't even get no shine. So I guess let's look at it. Second down and very long, and goal. So it must have went against DEA.
Yeah. So it's unsportsmanlike against DEA.
Oh, wow.
Yards. Big run up the middle and still on his feet.
Who is that?
And that's number 23.
Oh.
With the carry.
Oh, and he ran extra hard.
Absolutely. He'll get him down to the half-yard line. And that's the DEA of old right there. That's the style of football you're used to seeing them playing.
That is Ingram on the carry.
And timeout Lions. They didn't like what they saw there. There was no way they wanted them to get another snap off.
You don't want it. That remember we was talking about it earlier, that bully ball type of football, right? Line up. Of course, it's not what you want to see when you have these older groups. but line up. I got 38 in front of me. Let's get the most yards I can, and probably was trying to pick up maybe 4 or 5 yards and picked up 15, 16 yards.
You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Tough football. And that's what we want to see here in these preseason. We want to see competition. We don't want to see a team get blown out.
No, and we haven't seen that all day.
You're correct. It's been competitive football all day. And man, the game coming up next. Shoo! 11 and under, 1 versus 2 in the nation. Rare Breeds, YNC champs, taking on Renegade Colts.
AYF champs.
AYF champs. Hey, it doesn't get better than that.
Man. So I think I'm just gonna stop at 5-0.
Oh, you're not calling them again?
Nah.
You can't go. You can't, Ricky. You have to go under. Bottled up in the backfield.
And a good timeout for the Lions as they were able to adjust to a bend don't break type of deal on that particular play. Drives them backwards. They'll lose about 3 yards on that. They're going to spot that ball from the half-yard line now, and they'll move them all the way back to maybe around the 4-yard line. Let's see the official setting. That's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and goal. Big play right here for both teams as they went back. Do you give it back to number 23 again? You don't have number 9 available for you, who's the big back.
Yeah, he's off the field. The helmet is off. He is not doing that great. But guess what? We just talked about this. You have to be able to have a team that has more than just one player, because if you remember, number 38, Crowley, actually scored right before the penalty. Looks like run all the way. Ball snap. Hand off to Crowley. He tries to break back. He's still on his feet, but he doesn't get it. Now, to me,
that's turnover on downs, right?
That is turnover on down, but 4th and 2. I mean, now you got the ball 1st and 2 on your 2-yard line. Woo.
Big stop as Lions stand. They bend but don't break.
Yeah.
As 23 got them down all the way to that half-yard line and was able to go ahead and drive them backwards and keep them out of the end zone. And remember, points came off the board with 36 running a touchdown to the end zone. So DEA feels like they left points on the field right here.
Oh no, definitely that was their time to strike back offensively to show that they have the power to do that. Right now, defensively, this is going to be very, very. For me, this is going to be one of them times that I wouldn't be in the spread at all. This spread will not help. But let's see what happens. Handoff. Oh my goodness, big hole. And he is off to the races.
He's a track star. It ain't going to happen. No one's going to catch him. DA's going to stop running right now.
98 yards.
That was like 11-second time right there.
98 yards.
Yeah, he should have did the little Usain Bolt finish line at the other end, because he sprayed DEA just now. The Lions are in control here.
Is that 0-0 over there?
He moved too fast.
He did way too fast, but he has the ball in his hand. We can probably check it out for us. I spotted it out here. Wow. Yes. So I stand corrected. I said don't be in the spread. Guess what happened? 98 yards later, touchdown.
98-yard touchdown from the Lions. They've shown an explosion, and that really took the air out of DA.
He's not even tired. Look at him.
You look at the body
They're
language.
trying to take him out. He's not even tired. There's no reason to check him out.
You look at the body language of DEA right now. You can see that it's a different team right now.
Auburn Jackson showed them South Florida pew-pews, right?
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Oh, man, he was out of there. I mean, as soon as he got a crease, it was off to the races. And we have a fade route here. Goes up big. Oh, wow. Oh, he dropped it. But he goes up and over the defender. Almost makes a spectacular catch there.
Sheesh.
Man.
0 is putting a show on here in Houston.
Oh, wow. And just like that, 18, sorry, I do apologize. 18-0, the Lions.
They call him R1, and R1 they trust at the Lions.
R1 they trust.
The human joystick. He makes it look too easy.
Right.
So if you're just joining this broadcast, it's been all Lions. Lions been able to show their explosiveness. An 82-yard touchdown at the beginning of the game from the kickoff. They've been able to block a punt, run that back in, and then a 98-yard touchdown from scrimmage. R1 has taken over this game 0-0, but man, he is just showing you what turbo boost means. Lions in control. DEA looking a little flat-footed right now, trying to, just like a heavyweight fighter, trying to just kind of shake those blows off right now. And listen, it will be time for them to respond. With a minute 43 left in this second quarter, we'll see what they look like. Now they kick it deep instead of the pooch kick. And look,
oh my, they
almost get the ball.
Back.
Yeah,
almost got the ball back there. So that pooch kick didn't hurt him as much as the first one did.
Absolutely.
Well, and in hindsight, the first one didn't hurt him at all because the defense stopped him 98 yards
yeah, and
to the house.
Give credit to Lauderhill Lions as they were able to stop DEA. Gave up a big play to the number 23, get them down to the half yard, but called a timeout, calmed their team down, was able to have the wherewithal to stop them on 2 plays after that. Then the very next play on offense, strike a 98 yard. So great coaching calls and great adjustments by the Lions.
New look, and big number 9 is out on the field. Now, in a game like this, would you put a kid like that back out there? Pass all the way, quarterback pulls the ball down, he gets rocked, but it's a nice pickup.
Well, if 9 is healthy, he's a big guy. If he tells me, Coach, I'm good to go, I'll evaluate him. He's walking with a little gimp out there, so this is still a lot of football left in this game. You wouldn't say this game is out of reach. But Corey, you said something very important that we talked about off camera about coaches feeling they may lose their team from preseason.
Yeah.
And listen, we keep it real on this broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
We keep it a buck, right?
We have to.
A lot of these preseason games, coaches are just really trying to joust and recruit, correct?
Yeah, they want to make sure that everybody is happy, getting everybody. We saw it in one game where they was trying to get everybody the ball. Well, it didn't produce that much. Sometimes you got to go with the hot hand. And right now, to me, well, we have another player down on the field, but to me, number 9, with the little limp, the little gimp, or whatever, I wouldn't have him out there because, I would say, hey, we need you the whole season. Not the beginning of the season, not a preseason game. We need you the whole season. So, I don't know if I'm icing the leg or whatever it is, or trying to get the medics to see them. We have a medics, battle supply medics out here. Have the medics look them over before we make a decision like that. Now, is it a big game? Yes, this is a big game. Well, this is a big game.
My question to you is, does this game help or hurt DEA as in keeping parents on this 13U team?
Well, so the parents, the main thing to have a national push. I don't care what age group it is. I mean, from 6U all the way up 14U. The one way to have a national push, everybody has to be bought in. Now, what I do think is that this team, particular 13U DEA, everybody is bought in. Now, have they met this type of adversity? It's not their first loss this preseason, right? They had a big preseason match a week, 2 weeks ago, and they took a loss there. Now they're taking a loss here. Is not as a org, but parents, coaches, are y'all ready to meet adversity? One thing to get the kids bought in, but it's a whole different thing for the parents. Travel ball costs, right? So I wouldn't be too drastic on trying to win this game outright. I'm gonna try to see. I got 30 kids here. I'm gonna see who else want to step up. You know, we know 9 can play. We seen it. Ball snapped here. Handoff tripped in the backfield. He goes down.
I'm going to ask you a sensitive question here, Coach.
All right.
If DEA wins the game against the Braves weeks ago, is Booby still on this squad?
Ooh.
Yes.
So
Just keep it a buck.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right. I've heard before this that what did he call flag on?
We'll figure out the flag. I need your focus here.
All right. I think Booby was already. Have you ever heard of the saying that you outgrew your company? That
he was already on the fence.
Yeah, and he was already excelling. You know, he's excelling in track the whole season, and he's going to these camps. He's getting offers. I wouldn't risk that in a youth football league or game, right? The risk reward is not there. So I think Booby was already out regardless. Yeah, it's halftime, but I think it was on the offense. So yeah, it's gonna go ahead and go into halftime right now. But I think Booby was already on the fence. He was already out. If they won that game, I think he still wouldn't be on the team right now.
So where he's at, getting good offers and really just doing all he could do in youth football already. He has a great youth football career
behind him. Now he has to look for what's going on ahead of him. You know, last year of middle school ball, he's going to be going into high school. I don't even know, if they know what high school he's going into.
The Southern.
Huh?
The Southern.
Oh, and those coaches probably already have eyes on him. They know what's coming up the pipeline. So, they probably in his ear, hey, look, what you need to play youth football for anymore. You might be starting, freshman year. That could be the conversation. I'm not saying it is, but when you got a kid of that type of talent and of the upper echelon, I don't think he plays youth football anymore.
And welcome back to the action. The ball is up, and he'll have to retreat to go get that football. He'll get it and feel it around the 25, out to the 30, to the 35 yard, and he's upended, flipped over, and there's going to be a flag on the play once again. Can we get through some plays without flags?
Nope. Hey, listen.
So if you're just joining this broadcast, you've missed the Erwin Jackson show. 0-0 of the Lauderhill Lions. Started his game with an amazing return, and then he just took it for 98 yards before the half, putting on a show. And, of course, an extra punt block for 3 touchdowns. The Lions have just been playing lights-out football and pitching a shutout thus far over DEA. But let's make no mistake, Erwin Jackson, Corey, good as advertised?
Even better. Even better. And I saw people going back and forth. We saw him going back and forth in the chat about the kid. Man, when I say sometimes you have kids that, or you can say, oh, you know what, they wasn't as much as what they said. Man, this kid here is everything and then some. As we get a handoff here, and hit in the backfield, but bounces forward, picks up a couple yards. What looks like a couple yards from him. This officiating crew, they sure do know how to mark stuff.
Oh, man, sure do. So Erwin Johnson, affectionately known as R1, a difference maker, probably one of the most, I would say, if you're taking a group of kids on the 13 and under and you're creating an all-star team or an all-American team, he has to be on it.
Man, like this kid, so it wasn't even the long run. The long run, good blocking, and he hit a crease. Most kids can go run that, but when you saw him before, when they was throwing the little screen passes out to him, the kid made the most out of everything. So here, handoff, they got a crease here. That's a good pickup on second down. Game far from over. Game is far from over. DEA needs to go ahead and start to put drives together. They had a real good drive that they drove the ball all the way down the field after a good return on the kickoff. They get the ball down the field to the 2-yard line, and then you give it back to Arwen, and Arwen makes you pay. So
let's call him R1. That's gonna be R1. R1's gonna be a lot easier for you, Coach. R1. Score is 18-0. Ricky, are you enjoying yourself out here thus far, my man?
Yes, sir. I'm 5-0.
5-0, calling all the games. Ricky has a hot hand. Ricky, hot hand, pink shirt, Sanchez will give you the lotto numbers for tonight.
Pink shirt Sanchez. I'm done. Mr. Pink Shirt Sanchez.
So let's talk about the last game for tonight coming up next. Rare Reeds taking on RCU.
Oh, big hole.
Big hole to the left-hand side.
Oh, wow.
And they're moving the chains. And
that's Crowley again.
yeah, Crowley has
so
had some
Crowley got that
moments.
touchdown.
Yes, that was called
and it
back.
got called back. So, he's out there, and he's not as big as Nine, but he's out there to run. And on his touchdown, showed a little slash of speed there. Big Nine coming in now. (13U) action here. These guys are big, fast, physical. Ball snap. Hand off to Big Nine. He gets. Look at that. Oh, they're going for the ball.
Yeah. And he had the wherewithal to hang on to it.
Yes.
But he runs with just such power and force.
And that stiff arm was something else.
Oh, yeah. I like him as a strong back, and he's not 100% healthy. As you see him walking, he's laboring just to walk.
Yes, he is.
What a tough kid. He can barely walk out there, ladies and gentlemen. But when he gets to football, you would never know that he has any elements going on at all. Thank God he didn't. That was a false.
Okay.
A false little vibe there. No flags.
They need to get their towels a different color.
Center play in motion. DA in shotgun.
Back
off
to number 9.
Yes, sir.
Man, and he is a load. There you go. Big run again on first down.
And
the flags are out. That was a flag. That was not a foul.
Now, I hope he doesn't call that on DEA when the offensive guard just, gave him an extra bump. But that's football. He's in live action. He doesn't know if the running back is on his butt or what. And you can't, don't call a late hit on that. Let these kids stay aggressive. You can't. This is 13U football. It's physical football.
Nope. They call it. They throw it.
Yeah, that's a bad call in my opinion. You can't soften up the game like that. Guard just go ahead to push a guy on off the pile. You shouldn't throw 15 yards against him. Not when a team is playing clean football. Back to pass, he'll throw it.
Big arm here. Oh, back shoulder.
Nice grab.
Back shoulder catch there. Great catch. He climbed the ladder, went up and got it.
And that's what I'm talking about, Corey. They have playmakers. Make no mistake. They have athletes. You just got to give them the play calls to show their talents.
Is that number 2? Let's go. Let's see who number 2 is. I got to pull it up here. Number 2 doesn't have a name. Don't know number 2's name. If y'all know,
oh man, another flag on the play. They're gonna get caught.
Serious?
They're gonna get caught with a legal man downfield. DEA can't catch a break against the refs as they're trying to get back into this game.
Wow.
And you would just hate to see that kid go up there, make that type of effort, climb a ladder over the kid's head, snatch the ball just to get the ball called back at the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
Sometimes you just got to let these kids play stand.
Wow. Especially when you see a play like that.
Oh, yeah.
That really doesn't have anything to do with the play.
Exactly.
It wasn't going in the middle of the field. It wasn't going.
It didn't interfere at all.
No. I mean, it's all the way on the outside. Oh, I don't like that call. But you gotta start over first down and very long. And they, instead of going back to the air, they go on the ground. Big run by number 1, if I'm not mistaken. 11. Sorry, that's the quarterback.
You can hear some of the DEA parents right now screaming to call it both ways. And that was a legal man downfield. And as the sun sets down here in Houston, we get ready for some nighttime action. 8 p.m. kickoff, Central Time.
And
that's not going to happen at 8 p.m. I can tell you that. Not where we're right now in third quarter action at this 13 and under game. Third quarter, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Lions 18, DEA 0. Run right up the middle, and DEA finally showing you some spurts of brilliance offensively with a big catch they had, got called back unfortunately. A big run that number 9 had, got called back. And this one here, they get back to the original line of scrimmage. So a lot of adversity that DEA is trying to calm their troops down and get on this board.
They had success on that pass to number 2 on the right side. I don't know why they don't, at least attempt and go back at that.
Oh, big stiff arm.
Man, he was really fighting just to get something and end up losing yards on that.
Mm-hmm. Two minutes and 56 seconds left in the third quarter. 18-0 Lions.
Big fourth down here for DEA. Like,
Yeah, it's fourth and 11. Trips to the bottom of the screen, quarterback back to pass. They'll do a wide receiver screen, almost drops it, and it's hit at the line of scrimmage. Not a good play call for them to get extra the yards that they wanted. And late flag comes in at the play, and these flags, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike against Lauderhill Lions. That's going to be a first for DEA. So is that a makeup call for these refs?
That was a very chippy call. The kid was actually asking for the ref to throw the flag, and the ref throws it, and he throws it on him. He's doing the little motion to throw the flag. That's crazy.
Unsportsmanlike.
Wow.
Dead ball foul against Lauderhill Lions. So walk off 15. That'll be 1st and 10 for this DEA team.
Now DEA, they got to get a little bit more explosive. Number 9 is a big physical back. Number 38, a physical back. You need to get some explosion here. Get some yards, big chunks of yards right now. You cannot play this, back and forth with them. It's first down. You got them all. You got them going in the right direction. Let's make a big play here. I don't know why they haven't went back to the pass, and I haven't seen a lot of passing or complex passing from them at all. I'm non-route.
That was it down the sideline with
Non-route. So I don't see anything. They have size, right? The kid, they look like they have the size for it. They need to run different routes or different route combination. Wait. The Lions had the ball.
So they assessed it, dead ball foul.
Oh.
And guess what, ladies and gentlemen?
And he's off to the races.
Yeah, you can count those points.
Let's
He won't
see
get ran down. Touchdown Lions. It's out of hand.
Run
So
clock.
it is a running clock here, ladies and gentlemen. Lions just put. We got a big man dancing in the middle field right here. He's doing the whole routine.
Ricky missed it.
Ricky just not working with me here. Big man just put on a dance routine from the Lions in front of the bench of DEA, and it's gotten ugly as DEA 13U has been officially been put on the clock by the Lions.
First one of the day.
And I gotta tell you, in YNT's history, I haven't seen a champ come back the next year and get put on the clock the following year. But what I'm getting inside of here is that this is not a lot of last year's players on this 13U team. It's the name DEA 13U. But a lot of those 12U players that played on that squad is not on this squad this year.
Yeah.
So they had the luxury of saying, hey, yeah, we're YNC champ, but those
But
they're not returning players. That is correct.
And big when you have a new team or you have a team that want to repeat in something, it's all about continuity. And if you don't have it, he goes up and gets that.
And conversion is good. So that's going to be 26-0. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock will not stop from this point. As we get ready for it to go into the fourth quarter, Lions have come to Houston and put on a show. And been impressive. R1 has really put on an offensive clinic, to say the least. This kid has been everything as advertised.
Man.
He touches it, and man, he is a human highlight. Fourth quarter action, running clock. And R1 still running.
Oh no. So, out of every game I've seen today, and we've seen some
First blowout.
first blowout.
Yeah.
First blowout. But I think this game has shown what it really is to be very, very dominant, right? They ain't took they foot off the throat. I don't mean that in a negative way, but you know what they mean. You know, keep the pedal to the metal, right? They have not shown that they're gonna slow down at all. And Aaron, guess what? I didn't know about this kid until today. And knowing about him today, or knowing about him right now, man, this kid has stole the show for the whole day so far for me.
Absolutely.
He's been the most electric player I've seen.
Absolutely.
Big boot here.
Feel that the 27 will get out to around the 39-yard line, and he'll be dropped. Big tackle, as it's all Lions right now, offensively and defensively.
They are all over the place. They're making plays on offense. They're making plays on defense. And they making plays on special team. They are doing it all right now.
Yeah. Special kid. Got to give this kid his flowers. R1 has just come to Houston, put his name on the map nationally.
You know they got their saying, Houston, we got a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And that problem is R1. Man, double O. Agent Zero. I'm sorry, I do apologize. That kid there. Hold on. All right, different formation, different quarterback in, number 3 back, and he launches it. Overthrown to Crowley, number 38.
I like the velocity of the football, but the route wasn't there.
Well, I knew they were gonna go with something. I saw number 3 on the sideline warming up. So hey, they're going with a quarterback change. Maybe this is the passing quarterback. We shall see.
Well, if he's the passing quarterback, you're about 4 quarters too late.
Yeah. Well, you know, okay.
Where were you at the kickoff of this game, passing quarterback?
Well, sometimes coaches be like, oh, I got to go with, my guy. This guy here has been doing it for us.
The only one who can get claimed as the guy is R1.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. R1. I wonder what his number was before they started letting people wear 00.
Man.
Cause boy, that kid there.
Very impressive.
3 back to pass again, looking downfield, head still downfield.
Flag to the play. That's going to be a tackle.
And that's a good heads up. That's a good heads up throw there. Rolls out.
Unfortunately, it's going to come back.
Of course.
DEA could not get out their way today.
No.
A lot of penalties. Every time they did a big play, someone on their team would just, not with a discipline follow through.
I like the poise of number 3.
And again, he gives you a different aspect of trying to play power football.
Yeah.
Man, it's just disheartening knowing that this team has a lot of talent on there. But this is the second game I'm watching them get pitched a shutout. You think back against the Braves earlier this year, so if we're talking about totals of scores, that score was 21-0, and right now we're 26-0. Man, DEA has been outscored 47-0 in 2 games.
2 games.
Man, that's not good.
2 games in Texas. Might not been in their backyard. 2 games in Texas that it has to sting just a little bit.
So Corey, there's something that my grandfather would say, having a coming to Jesus talk.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll discuss that right after this play. Quarterback slide up, and he's hit right in the mouth.
Oh.
And nothing there.
Yeah, nothing at all.
When does DEA have the coming to Jesus talk with the coaching staff, the parents, the kids? Because right now, we can respect that they're taking on a national schedule, but to take on that national schedule, you better be ready to play these teams when they're coming out. And I'm not saying not being competitive, but whenever you are put on a running clock, that's not a good sign. We know games could always get away from you, but to be outscored a total of 47-0, it's challenging for those teams or for DEA to kind of keep these parents composed. Does the panic button happen now in the team meeting tonight when they circle around? They have that kick rocks talk. What happens in that conversation when the coach trying to
if you're asking me what would I do?
No, I'm not asking you that.
I would tell
I'm
coach,
asking your forecast of what happens tonight in their huddle.
I would tell my coach, can we not play no more games in Houston?
Great. No, so
nice catch across the middle by number 6, but that's not enough, and that's going to be turnover on downs. That's going to be first down, Lauderhill, 3 minutes and 54 seconds. And the way R1 has been running tonight, I would want to tell you he might score again.
I would want to tell you.
If I was DEA, listen, if I'm DEA, I want that clock to run out. Because listen, if you get R1, let's be real. This kid can score right now. You're handing the ball; it can be a touchdown.
So do they have a coming to Jesus? Yes. You have to sit down. Dogs have fights, lions, they fight, and after you're done, you win or you lose, guess what you got to do? You got to lick them wounds, right? Now, if you lick them wounds and don't ever confront the beast, which is right now, I'm going to be honest with you, DEA's offense looks very stagnant.
Right.
Doesn't have a lot of consistency. And they are out there just trying to muscle people. And when you're going up against, like you said, kids get older, bigger, faster, stronger, it doesn't look like that's going to be the game plan. They back the pass here. They are not coming off that gas.
Yep, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds in running. The clock will not stop even between plays and incomplete passes. The running clock means that
it's a running clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Regular season game, this might get ugly. Yep. Regular season game, no running clock situation. It's 50-0 plus. I don't know if you remember SED a couple years ago or a year ago. Put 100 on somebody. I'm not saying they will put 100 on them. Back to pass again, but we have a play, and it is false start. Well, you know what I'm going to say this, though. The ref earned their check. They are throwing flags for almost everything that they can think of.
If it moves, the flag is going for it.
I think they threw a flag on some trash that flew across one time. I don't know.
I think they're doing this for the game not to get out of hand because, even through these penalties, look, they're walking nice and slow.
Yeah.
Lions want to get set.
Yeah.
They're walking nice and slow, no rush. And Lions want the ball right now.
Yeah, they do. So they in a whole different formation. We haven't seen this all day. Arlen is not in the backfield at all, but they throw the ball, it is tipped, knocked down.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row, same play, batted down.
Yeah.
They can't get the ball past the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get it across the middle. Clock is still running, even though that play is incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
And it is 1 minute. 1 minute and counting, 26-0. The clock is running. I don't think DEA even gets a chance to get the ball back.
Well, Corey, the weekend's not over. DEA plays Falcons United, which has a very predominant passing team tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So,
you got to lick those wounds and you got to get to the chalkboard.
So you can only have that kick rocks talk for so long tonight, but you got to get ready for a football game tomorrow.
You do not want to go 0-2. You do not want to go 0-2 on this weekend.
Ball
is up in the air.
And
it's picked off.
Comes back the other way.
All right, so they do get the ball back. 20 seconds and counting.
But the Lions do preserve the hot donut.
Yeah.
They have shut out the team thus far with 16 seconds. So that's two games that DEA has not put up a touchdown. So some concerning factors that
A lot of concerning factors.
yeah, that the Dragons will have to work through. But we'll see if they'll rebound tomorrow against Falcons United. Of course, we'll be streaming those games live for you tomorrow. But check out some of these players as the Lions know they've knocked off the DEA Dragons, so they're going to take some flips and trips.
And you know them Florida boys like to do them. They be flipping. Boom. Oh, that's a good one right there. Man, traveling all the way to Houston, Texas.
On a business trip.
YNC, man. YNC preseason this year.
6-0 is your score, Lions over DEA. Generation X U Sports Network. The breakdown is going down. And next up, prime time, baby. Rare Breeds, RCU. You won't want to miss the action. 1 versus 2 in the nation.